viewers. Warning, warning. The experimental branch is coming to the main default branch. Oh, that'll screw them up. Anyway, as usual, I read these articles to improve the accessibility of the information. The experimental branch in Railroader has had a new release, 2024.6.9, that I'm about to look at and play with. Added timetable symbol drop down to the Car Inspector Operations tab. Timetable symbol drop down now shows the next departure time or last arrival time if the next departure is too distant. That's cool. That'll help you understand what the train's doing when it's just sitting there in timetable mode. I don't use the timetables much because they don't support the way I run the railway, but I've mucked about with them and I figured out how they work. Fixed auto dest on timetable passenger cars incorrectly checking past stops. Note that it will check stops that are not reachable otherwise, such as local passenger versus express passenger. Fixed timetable editor showing large negative estimates between stops that span midnight. Fixed the auto engineer waypoint mode setting switch behind CTC lined switch, causing signal to drop. That's basically been a little bit of an issue with the waypoints because it can make a signal stop and then the train has to stop. Dope. Fixed an auto engineer running at 25 mile an hour max speed just west of Wesser. Fixed the flat top handbrake only clickable from very close proximity on some equipment. Fixed a long-standing issue where the brake line is incorrectly restored to 0 psi when loading a save with an engine that had been bailed off. Fixed weight of liquids calculation. Improved the waypoint picker consistency on switches. Moved switch list window buttons into gear drop-down menu and model refinements for the engine C40, C55, S23, P43, P48 and the SD7. Some of those came out in the last update. Alright, those all sound quite good changes. Now, just a note, if you're on the default branch, they are pushing forward to releasing 2024.6 onto the default branch. All of your mods will completely shit themselves. Just saying, because the class structure underneath has changed. Excuse me for coughing. The good news is the mod builders, for the most part, have been very heavily at work in the experimental branch, keeping their mods in line with the new changes. So you will be able to get new versions pretty quickly. Right, that's about it, I think, for Railroader. Alrighty, have fun, folks. See you later. Oh, actually, a question for you. I've been trying to pick something up. For a long time, when you use right shift and click on the glad hands and they go glook or glook, the glad hands always do it, but sometimes the valves don't, the cocks at the end of the cars. I vaguely think, but a little hard to reproduce, that if you're too far from the car when you click it, one works and the other one doesn't. And I'm curious what you think of that. Have you experienced that? Because I know it's not the shift key on my keyboard not working, and I know I press it. So, yeah, more experimentation, but I'm just curious what you experience. All right, let me know in the comments. Have fun, folks. See you later. Bye.
We played a game.